Day. If you guys win money betting on the NCAA tournament on FanDuel, send us in a ticket. We'll feature it on the show. But March Madness is here, guys, and FanDuel is giving you the chance to get in on the action like never before. Right now, new customers can get $200 in bonus bets when their first $5 bet wins. That is $200 extra bucks to use on everything from buzzer beaters to Cinderella stories. You can even pick who's going to cut down the nets. Just visit FanDuel.com/UCSS and get in on the college hoops action all tournament long. We start, though, with the Cleveland Browns, who made an interesting signing yesterday. Adam Schefter reporting first that the Browns signed Teven Jenkins, the former Bears offensive lineman, who appeared in 45 games over 4 seasons with 38 starts at left tackle, left guard, and right guard. A little later, we found out that Tevin Jenkins had also visited the Cincinnati Bengals and the Seattle Seahawks, who both have pretty big needs at the guard position. So, G, I want to ask you this to start. Is the Teven Jenkins signing for the Browns just adding depth to an offensive line that has been a little injury-prone, or could this be the start and the first step in a bigger move for Cleveland, considering Jenkins passed up on other starting opportunities with other NFL teams?
Man, I was going to be not be knee-jerk reaction, but I ain't been doing that for the last 2 days, so I got to get my money off. Of course this means something. What are you talking about? This man right here? Teven Jenkins, he turned down money and bread to go somewhere else, right? And the only problem with him is he has his injury meter on Madden is worse than mine. The man is injured every third year. He averages about 3 or 4 missed games a year. Yeah. He's a good guy. He's a solid pass blocker, solid run blocker when he's playing and he's available. The problem is he's just not available enough. And when you look at the offensive line, man, I mean, I know that, you got Batonio that came back. And I know you got Wyatt Teller that's supposed to be coming back. But listen, I'm going to tell you what, I don't think he's going to play center. Maybe they like him and maybe he takes over for Jed Wills, but that means they're not really showing DeJuan Jones if that's what the case we're talking about. I'm looking at it like this. I've been hearing rumblings. I'm going to ask Jason. He's the offensive line guru. He got all the sources. He know every offensive lineman in the country. I don't know what's going on at guard, but this is a little fishy to me. Is this a depth piece? This seems like a too good of a signing to be a guy that is just there to back up, go get other people water, and be a swing tackle or the 6th offensive lineman. He seems like a guy who was promised starting positions or was in contention for those starting positions, and now he in Cleveland. Does this mean that either Wyatt Teller or they're not, or Zach Zinner, they're not really, sold on? What do you think, Jason?
It is weird. I think he's going to start somewhere. I don't know where. And the guard piece, we've talked about it before. When you're paying a quarterback what they were paying Deshaun, you can't pay your guards $30 million. That's a luxury that you can't always afford. Batonio, you would think is safe. Like after everything he just went through with deciding whether or not to come back or not.
That'd be cold. Like, yeah, I know you're coming back. We don't need you though, dog.
So Joel, I would think is safe at left guard. Wyatt, I wonder about if he's a post-June 1 trade. I think it's a $7 million cap savings.
That's correct in the numbers, by the way.
So, and Tevin there's a lot of similarities with Wyatt in terms of just a mauler in the run game. He can play tackle. I don't know if you want to count on Teven Jenkins as your starting left tackle. I don't know that makes a lot of sense. But again, we've been saying, is DeJuan Jones going to show up at 350 or is he going to show up at 415?
Mm-hmm. So he looked great when I saw him at the Cleveland
Sports
Awards.
He did look great when you saw him. So that's a positive. So yeah. I think there's probably to be determined how this is all going to shake out and how this is going to fit. But yeah, I think this could be a precursor to more to come, only because of the talent level, the need for line play across the NFL. And part of me feels like when I first saw this, part of me felt like, well, this was to cover for Zinter. This was the Zinter.
Yeah.
I thought that too.
Because Zach had a terrible rookie year. Didn't mean he's a bust as an NFL player. It means he had a horrible rookie year. And I don't know that you can count on him at this point going forward. So this feels like a little bit of insurance against that as well.
I think all of those are right. My first thought was, Jed Wills? And then I thought, like you, I thought because of the trade piece, the trade part of it, I thought, well, someone's going to get traded, and they need money. They need whatever they can get in cap relief. They'll take. What did he get? Do we know?
We have not seen the financial
been
details
looking
on
for
the
it.
deal
What would you
yet,
guys
which I do think
guess he
is
got?
crucial.
Yes.
I do too. That's what the piece of it that I wanted to know that I couldn't find and thought maybe you guys knew
Nope.
was, okay, so what was the price?
And not just the price, the cash up front. If they gave him a ton of cash up front, I can't imagine, and Jack Duffin, who we've had on the show, and I know the salary cap is you could tweak it however you want to tweak it, but cash up front means he's going to be on the roster.
You would think.
Of course.
You would think, exactly.
They're not going to burn that money.
Oh, he's going to be on the roster.
So I just don't know what to make of it exactly. I wish I knew what they paid him. Should come out, I would imagine.
In the next couple days.
Yeah, I would imagine by the weekend we'll know.
And Conklin took a pay cut, right? Can you restructure?
He restructured and took a year away. But I think after going through all the math on the pieces that I knew, to me, I think the thing that's most likely is moving Conklin. I mean, I don't know what kind of value he'll hold, but to me, I just don't see him as your left tackle. I'm with you. That's the guy you're going to rely on at left tackle, a guy who's often injured.
Yeah.
In a spot where they were decimated with injuries last year.
I saw a stat real quick on the Tevin Jenkins signing. I'm pulling it up right now. But in terms of total games played versus missed, he's missed 3 or 4 games, he's right. But I saw this from someone who covers the Chicago Bears when I was talking about Teven Jenkins. And I'm just going to throw it out there. Health is his biggest issue, and that's pretty clear. But this was from someone who covers the Chicago Bears. Don't be fooled. I know his Pro Football Reference says he started 14 games in 24 for Chicago, but he only managed 738 out of 1,135 total offensive snaps, 65% of the snaps. He has huge upside, but a major issue with getting hurt in games, especially later in the season. If he can stay healthy, Tevin's an absolute dog. The Browns got a good one. But the injuries are a legitimate issue with him. And so not just games missed, but in-game injuries, missing time.
Yeah.
The Bears have overhauled their whole line this offseason. So
it needed it.
And the fact that they said we're good on him is a little bit of a concern.
The team that sees him every day usually knows.
Yeah.
There have been cases where teams have been wrong.
I wouldn't be mad.
They usually know.
I wouldn't be mad. Listen, you know me. Project Stockpile denotes that you can't have enough good people behind somebody, because he talk about getting hurt in the games. I see Wyatt Teller getting off the ground all the time. DeJuan Jones stay getting off the ground all the time. Yeah. Ethan Poaches was banged up. Jack Conklin has been traditionally banged up a little bit. He played, but he did miss some time early in the season getting reacclimated. If the worst thing that happens is that the Cleveland Browns decided that, hey, we are going to go back to a more powerful run game. And if you're going to be going back to a more powerful run game, that means more double teams. That means more crashing and banging up front. That means guys are going to have to get back into that mindset of, yeah, we might be running the ball 30 times today.
Yeah, it's more of a clear.
So we might need extra bodies for that. You know what I'm saying? So if this the worst thing that happened is they just get another guy that can fill in. If somebody is going to be out a couple snaps, a series, or even some games, I'm all for it, because that means you really are trying to get back to what you guys were doing. And you got to think about it. When they were at their best, the Cleveland Browns was a problem. They had Chubb in their prime, Hutt in their prime, and them two guards, it was moving people off the ball. If you gave the Browns the ball back with 7 minutes in the game, you might not get that ball back.
Right.
So if you don't want to play action off that, I'm cool with it. I like the fact that they stocking the lineup.
Mike asked an interesting question that I really want to know the answer to as well. When I first saw this signing, I thought, something's not right here. Why does a player turn down bigger offers?
Right.
If you're getting guaranteed money. And I'm guessing, to your point, Mike, that he was promised up front and guarantees that the other teams weren't willing to give him. When you're looking at a guy at this position in particular who has spent a lot of time on the injury list, your biggest concern is availability. It doesn't matter how great a player is. If he's not available, what good is JOK to us now?
Right.
And so I think that Cleveland probably, to beat the deals, locked in some money and said we'll take a gamble on him.
Probably might have told him he was going to get them snaps. Like some people could offer you, some people offer you some money just to keep you away from going to someplace else. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if he was exactly in that position.
Yeah, we're not in a position financially to do that.
But I think with him is he's looking around, he's saying, all right, I got an opportunity to stick here. Joe Bitonio has one more year left in it.
Yep.
Wyatt Teller is making a lot of money. He's
now
older,
going into his last year.
and he's older than me. Zach Jenner is a young puppy, and my agent gave me the tape on him, and I don't think he's ready to rock and roll. So I got a two-way go here. Like if I can stay here and sign this deal, I would love to see how many years he signed for.
Yeah, I can't
because
wait to see the
if it's a
details.
shorter deal and he can get back into free agency really quickly.
Well, I imagine it would be advantageous to both sides for a short deal.
Yeah.
The last
I'm
thing
guessing
Cleveland
2
wants to
years.
do is give more than 2 years and find out that he is who we thought he was in
Yeah.
terms of the injury history.
It's worth pointing out Michael Dunn is one of those swing. He's a free agent. He's one of those swing guys. He can play guard or tackle. I don't know that. I mean, Tevin. I think Tevin is out of that category. He's too good of a player to be where Dunn was. I think he's better than Michael Dunn.
Right.
But I'm just saying that guard tackle combo. Michael's a free agent, so
Yeah.
I tend to think this is more than just a depth piece, but I don't think we see the whole board yet.
Yeah.
Tevin was drafted as a tackle and then has been moved inside since, just to clarify in case anyone's wondering. He has played snaps at left tackle, left guard, and right guard throughout his NFL career. He started games at left tackle, left guard, and right guard throughout his course of his career. And to me, and once again, who knows, it just seems crazy to me that a guy as skilled as Tevin, as young as Tevin, with the market that he had, taking visits to Cincinnati and Seattle that both desperately needed guards, that he would choose Cleveland when he had just lost his starting spot in Chicago. So something to me, I'm not quite sure where this ends up. I saw a lot of Brandon Ayuk rumors being floated around as this could be the first step in trading somehow a post-June 1st trade with Wyatt Teller. But my antenna, my Brian Windhorst meme, now that's interesting, is certainly on alert after this signing. But at a minimum, if this isn't the start of something bigger,
So something's
it's
going
a
on in
great
Cleveland.
depth piece. It's a great depth piece.
I'm telling you, man, this guy, watch. Camp Wonder guys, this guy's going to be one of them, and Joe Tryon is the other one. You're going to hear these guys talk about, we finally found it. They're going to talk about these dudes big time because they do have, like, surprising upside. And I think that's something you could take away. And what the Browns is doing, they're taking away, they're looking at guys like, hey, if you was a first-round pick, we flip, even with Kenny Pickett. Like, you're like, yeah, we trying to flip it over and make sure we can see something. Maybe we can see.
It's the same thing Chicago would do if Jed Wills ended up there.
Yeah.
They would say, man, this guy has some crazy upside. He was a high draft pick.
Yep.
And you cherry pick the information. You
Sure
cherry
do.
pick the highlights. I always laugh on draft day when they have highlights of 250 players to roll in. The plays, you watch just the video and you're like,
They're all first-round picks.
we're winning the Super Bowl.
All of them.
Did you see that? And then you go to social media and everybody's parroting what they just saw. This guy's closing speed is unreal. It's unprecedented.
That's the first time they saw him.
They didn't know what his name was.
Every GM has the laser eyes. Everyone.
and-
Steal of the draft.
Yeah, we got one. And what happens is you see that highlight reel. Well, you have to understand that's less than 1% of his plays.
Facts.
Now, you could also, if you wanted to, take the same player and take his bottom of the barrel 1% and be like, oh my God, who did we just draft?
And
There's a lot of tape on all these guys.
I had to take, even with the Joe Tryon guy, I had to go. I said, man, this guy looks like a Madden guy.
Now, I remember him watching Bucks games last year as a guy that kind of stood out.
Because he had a great number. He's 6'5". I seen him looking around. I said, bro, I was like, wow, that's the first dude I've seen with his shirt off. Pause. Beside Myles Garrett, and I'm like, oh, listen, he's bigger than Myles. Look at his shoulders. This man, he got the spats. He looked like he came right off the Madden cover. And then you got to realize, he had like 15 sacks his whole time. He's been there for years. This whole time, Myles has 15. Halfway through the season, stop playing. I had to go back and listen to what other bloggers are saying, and their other bloggers are, they're pissed off because he's not getting to the quarterback. They're like, who cares about him setting the edge? We need sacks, and then we take him and then we magically. But Jim Shorts though, Jim Shorts only care about he'll unlock him. You know what I'm saying? That's that Kenny Atkinson.
Every coach on every team in every sport in America thinks we can get more out of them.
Yep.
We'll coach them up.
I call it the Father Flanagan effect.
Yeah.
We can save them.
Yep.
We can. Good luck when you get Jed Wills. Get back to me on that one.
Yeah, making them decisions, business ones.
All right, so the Browns boosted the offensive line, but who will that offensive line be protecting?